going on, guys? JSGC here, and we are here for another daily Manchester City transfer update. Before we roll out with today's transfer update, make sure, like always, if you are enjoying the content, please subscribe to my channel. It is free. We're doing daily Manchester City transfer updates, so you guys can stay up to date every single day with the latest Manchester City transfer news here on YouTube, so do subscribe if you haven't already. Also, don't forget social media links, they're in the description below, and sliding across at the bottom of the screen if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter and Instagram. Email also in the description too. If you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries, TikTok link also in the description if you want to go and follow me on there. Leave a thumbs up, 300 likes is the aim, and also don't forget as well to let me know your thoughts, what you make of these transfers in the comments below. So we're going to start off with the outcome. We've got the very latest on Cole Palmer. Now, Pep Guardiola has confirmed in his press conference ahead of the Burnley game this evening that Cole Palmer's future at Manchester City is still uncertain. And he says what happens isn't up to Pep Guardiola, it isn't up to him, it isn't up to the player, it isn't up to his agent, but it is up to the club and what they want to do with Cole Palmer. He said he'll see about him getting more minutes. Riyad Mahrez has left Manchester City, so there is the potential of him getting more minutes, but uncertain. He doesn't know what is going to happen. Now, McGrath has said that Brighton earlier made an offer to Manchester City, earlier in the summer that is, worth around £30 million. Manchester City said no. We have since then had word that West Ham are keen, and I find it very interesting the timing that Man City are putting that one out there, that £30 million, just over that, might just be the value that Man City are maybe looking at for Cole Palmer, with West Ham being interested, and of course Man City looking for a potential make weight with players and swap deals involving Lucas Paqueta. We'll have to wait and see if that is used, and if that is the case and West Ham are looking at around what, £85 million for Lucas Paqueta, then all of a sudden if you've got a player valued at £40 million and you offer them in exchange for Lucas Paqueta, all of a sudden you bring that price right down. Now, moving on to the final outs of this video, takes us on to the very latest on Kyle Walker. Now, I found this hilarious anyway, but you guys may or may not find this funny, but Christian Falk has confirmed that Bayern Munich have now conceded that they are not going to be signing Kyle Walker this summer. Tell us something we don't already know. He did say that Bayern Munich feel like they have been used by Kyle Walker for him to get a better deal from Manchester City. Now, if you're keeping an eye on the current transfer market, Bayern Munich are pushing really hard to try and sign Harry Kane. They've agreed a deal with Spurs not expecting Harry Kane to want that transfer. He all of a sudden is given the green light. He's on a plane waiting to go to Munich to complete his medical and sign his contract. And then Tottenham have said, actually, hold on a minute, we want more money. And Bayern Munich getting used by Daniel Levy from Tottenham Hotspur in terms of Harry Kane, and they're going to get that over the line. Being used by Kyle Walker to get a new deal as well. And I'm just thinking to myself, Bayern Munich, a massive, prestigious, historic club like Bayern Munich, getting used left, right and centre with everything involving the Premier League. And if you go and check out their Twitter and everything, it literally meltdown, absolute meltdown. Anyway, I found that humorous. I would say that's the end of Kyle Walker going to Bayern Munich. All we're keeping an eye on now is him signing, of course, a new contract at Manchester City. Now, moving on to the ins, and another very interesting transfer happening today is Moises Caicedo from Brighton. City linked about a couple of weeks ago. Apparently there was a mystery bidder coming in, and people were wondering, is it coming from Saudi Arabia? Then it was said it was coming from the Premier League, and people were wondering, is it Manchester City? And it turns out City were interested in other players at Brighton and not Moises Caicedo. Anyway, he isn't joining Manchester City. It's as simple as that. A deal's been agreed. Fabrizio Romano has confirmed today with Liverpool, £110 million, which is a whopping amount of money. Chelsea still pushing really hard to try and make that transfer happen, but Man City, they're not pushing for that. That transfer will not happen. Moises Caicedo will not be a Manchester City player. However, speaking of a player who may just become a Manchester City player and getting linked a couple of weeks ago, takes us on to an interesting update on Jeremy Doku. Now, McGrath has said that Manchester City are seriously considering making a move for the young Rennes winger over in France. Now, Rennes are wanting a club record fee somewhere between 50 to 60 million euros and are open for potentially keeping him for another season and selling him next summer, and it is believed that Rennes are looking for a similar price next summer as what they are this summer, of between 50 to 60 million euros. As I said, they're wanting a club record fee. I find it really interesting that City's name's still being put out there. Man City's still interested, and even though we're getting linked with central midfielders and getting linked with Lucas Paqueta in particular, I find it really interesting that we are still getting linked with a winger as well, and I'm just wondering if City can really bring that Lucas Paqueta price down and use some interesting swap deals. There may just still be some funds available for Man City to replace Riyad Mahrez with. All about what Man City want to do with their squad, really. But that's, I think, something just to keep an eye on in the background over the next few weeks as we build up the transfer deadline day. Remember, deadline day falling on September 1st this year. Now, moving on to the final transfer, of course, we're going to have to speak about Lucas Paqueta once more from West Ham United. Now, Pep Guardiola has been asked yesterday in his press conference about him, and Pep Guardiola gave the standard procedure answer, which is he's not going to talk about players who are not Manchester City players, which of course he followed up by speaking about Harry Kane, who isn't a player at Manchester City. Anyway, time out. Anyway, Lucas Paqueta, Man City, they are pushing really hard to try and make this transfer happen. City do want to make that happen. It is pretty quiet out there. You may be wondering why things have heated up throughout the week. Then we get to the end of the week and it's gone really quiet on that. Well, Man City are in action tonight against Burnley. I imagine over the next couple of days you'll have all the post thoughts around that. Things with the transfers may start to warm up again Monday or Tuesday. We're in Super Cup action on Wednesday, so I suspect things will get pretty quiet next week, and then I think things may just start to spring up for Manchester City as we push on after that Super Cup match and after next weekend's game against Newcastle United. Then I think Man City will seriously be looking at their squad. But we're heading towards deadline day, so things have to be happening out there, whether Man City are playing that day or not, or things are happening and everything, etc, etc. Things do have to be moving, things do have to be happening. Deals don't just happen overnight, and a transfer as big as Lucas Paqueta is going to take time to get sorted for everything to be complete. Manchester City, as we were reporting yesterday, are still in talks with West Ham about what they're wanting to make happen. Just keep an eye on other transfers that are happening, in particular involving West Ham. I know they're set to bring in James Ward-Prowse, but that may well be more of a replacement with Declan Rice in mind rather than Lucas Paqueta. But if they start to bring in more midfielders, to start to read between the lines, in particular if they're spending a lot of money, all of a sudden you get in your answer that Lucas Paqueta may just be leaving West Ham, and I certainly right now would not rule that out. So that's the very latest. As I said, if you are enjoying the content, please do subscribe. It's free. I'll keep you up to date every single day with all the latest Manchester City transfer news with my daily Manchester City transfer updates. Don't forget as well to go and check out my social media links. They're in the description below and sliding across at the bottom of the screen. If you want to go and follow me on my Twitter and Instagram, email also in the description too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries. TikTok link also in the description if you want to go and follow me on there. Do let me know your thoughts, what you make of these transfers in the comments below, and also don't forget as well to leave a thumbs up. 300 likes is the aim, and I'll see you guys tonight. Live watch along Burnley against Man City, Premier League action. It's back, it returns from this evening. Link to that already out on my channel. Go and set your reminders for that, and I'll see you for that. If not, I'll see you again tomorrow religiously for the next daily Manchester City transfer update. So I've been JSGC. Thank you everyone for watching. Hope everyone is safe and well. Peace. Ciao for now.